Well, hello, this is Madeline from Madeline's Craft Room, and I am excited to be here tonight with live for Step It Up, which means we're going to start with a simple card and work our way to a more avid card. And sometimes this is hard for me because I do find it harder to keep it simple, but it's good practice to learn to keep it simple because simple can be very, very effective and very nice. So, if you're joining me live, of course, I am so excited that you get to join me. Be sure to comment so that I can know that you're there and we can participate together. And of course, you will also be entered in the draw. And also, if you're catching this by replay later on YouTube or on my Facebook page, yes, be sure to comment too, and you'll be entered in the draw. And would love to hear where you're from. And yeah, glad you could join me tonight. So here we go. I'm just going to jump in, and if you're catching me a little bit later, you can always go back and watch it. That's the beauty of technology these days. So, to step it up, we are going to start very simply with just a card base. So, I am using Orchid Oasis in this occasion. And I'm just using the normal card base. And then this is 5 and a quarter by 4 inches. And we are going to do some simple stamping. It's Wendy. Hello, Wendy. And of course, I'm going to use the Orchid Oasis. Oh my, it's sticky tonight. Wow, haven't seen that before. It's been a while since I've used this color. All right. And, oh, I should tell you what stamp set we're using. Penny, Newfoundland. Wonderful that you could join me. Isn't that fantastic that we can meet from all different places virtually? So glad to have you here. So tonight, I'm taking a break from Christmas and I am going to do Nature's Prints tonight. I love this set. When this came out in the annual catalog, of course, this was one of my favorites because it's so versatile. So tonight, that is what we're going to do. And one of the stamps is this beautiful fern. And this fern, what we're going to do is I'm going to do it kind of randomly around, as well as this kind of splatter that is in the stamp set as well. So I'm going to move my card base out of the way because we're going to do some stamping off. So I'm just going to ink this up. And is it wonderful that we can just use stamps, ink, and paper? It can be that simple. And basically, I'm just going to try to put 3, and I'm not going to stamp off yet because I just kind of want to make sure that I kind of randomly have about 3 different ones. And I'm going to make sure that I got them kind of going in different directions. And now, do I want one more? I might just put one more darker one over here. So just do it, Madeline. Sometimes you can overthink it. So now what we're going to do, I will stamp this again because I cut off the paper, which means this would have a different color. So in that case, make sure you always ink up again and then stamp off. And then now you can start putting this. Now I'm not going to put it everywhere because I want to put some splatters on here as well. So stamp off, and I'm going to do one there. Maybe one over here. And it doesn't matter if they overlap a bit. And let's see, I'm going to put one there. Let's do eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Where would we put it? How about one more over here? Okay. I might come back in and fill more, and that's okay because it doesn't have to be. You love this set too, Wendy? I do too. Oh, and look, it's Marjorie, my roommate from a Stampin' Up event. Hi, Marjorie. Nice to have you join me. So we're going to take this spatter, and in this case, I am not going to do it full strength. I am just basically going to stamp off. So, because I don't want it to be too dark. I want the fern to be the highlight. So I'm just going to stamp off on these. And let's see, I might even try a few of these off again. So I'm going to go off. Do I want to? No, I'm going to go off again because I don't want them all to be that dark. Okay, there's no splatters there. And I'm going to stamp a little bit off that side and one more on this side. Okay, doesn't have to be perfect. It is random, but just so you have a nice little balance between them all. Whoops, let's not put that upside down. Okay, so now we have a background. We made our own designer paper, if you want to call it that. And so there's several things we could do. We could just put this right on our paper, and we could stamp it with black. Oh boy, all my stamps are sticky today. It's a sticky kind of day. And let's see, what would we put? Hello, you're on my mind. Let's try that. Oh, I'm going to need a block. Let's go over here and get another block. Oops, upside down. No, we don't want that. Okay, so we could go like this and put that right on. Let's try it. And if not, we can try it a different way. So I'm going to take this off just so I can and get it away from my blotch there, because I want to see if this is straight. That's why the grid paper is nice. So you can kind of see where you're at. And that's not dark enough to me. And I wondered about that. So you know what we're going to do? I had a few extra things cut. And I was thinking of this for my other card, but I think we're going to do this. Is that stepping it up too much? Like I said, I have a hard time stepping. Keeping it simple. I want to keep stepping it up, but let's try. So what we're going to do is we're going to put our adhesive on here. So we'll just, I like using the multi-purpose glue, but you can use the Stampin' Seal or whatever you prefer. And I just like it that you get a little bit of wiggle room with the multi-purpose glue. Okay. And like I said, I don't like that it hides. So what I'm going to do is I am going to glue this. And this one I already had stamped. Hello there. I'm late. Hi, Rondi. There she is. Glad you could join me. Okay, so we're just gluing this on here. And because this one, we don't want to step it up too much, I am just going to put some glue on it. And I am going to put that on there. And like I said, that's pretty simple for me. But we just used the stamps and the ink and the paper. And then I did cut a little bit of a die cut here. So that is a simple version. Now I'm going to get your help in helping me decide some of these other options that we're going to have. So let's go to our stepped up version. So we're going to keep the same color. And of course, this is Orchid Oasis. And here is our card front. And then I have some other layers that we're going to do. You like it? Yeah. I mean, that fern is always just so beautiful. And spatters, it's just so nice to always have, eh? Yes. Okay. So now what we're going to do is something a little different. I had several options. So I only have my mini cut and emboss here. So I don't want to pull out the other one right now, but I did emboss this. This is the beautiful fern embossing folder, which is, again, so universal. You can use it for so many different things. And I just love that. And so we could use that as, oops, let's put this down here as our card front. Okay. And then the other thing we could do, so tell me what you think. I am just going to clean up my little spatter. It's looking a little grungy. Okay. So, well, let's just do it. And then you can tell me if you like this or this better. And then I can show you another technique. So if you don't want to emboss it, or say you don't have an embossing folder, this is another thing you can do just with the stamp set. And am I going to use full color? I think I am. So I am just going to go, and I'm not going to go the same direction. I'm going to switch them up. And I'm just going to put some spatters. Sorry, noisy trucks. I think I'll go this way. Don't want to go too, turn it around. So basically I'm going to go around the border because as you see, well, maybe you can't see, over here I have a piece that we're going to put on the inside. So I just want to make sure that we have some kind of framed edging here. So I'm going to turn that around again, put that on here, put that on there. And even if you miss a spot, you can always go back and add a little blotch there. Okay, so that is one idea. Let me show you what we're going to do for the inside, and then you will have a better idea what we're going to do here. So now we are going to take, here's my, I'm going to find it's right in front of me, my Orchid Oasis. And then this is the other beautiful, oh, we froze. Oh, sorry, guys. This is the other beautiful, I think that's a ginkgo, and I just love ginkgo leaves, ginkgo trees. So we're going to ink this up, and I'm going to put that on here. And this is so showy that it just makes a very beautiful front. And the beautiful thing about this set is we have dies to go with it. So I'm going to close this up because you know me, I'm very famous for putting things in my ink. And I'm going to bring in my mini, and we're going to cut this out. Now, I always find it easier to use a little bit of painter's tape or washi tape just to hold down the die a little bit. So what we're going to do here is we're going to place it so that it is, of course, right inside the die. So you got to look at each edge. So you ladies who do cutting with die cutting, you already know that piece. And did you know that the best place to match up is always these little areas? Because if you see it in there, then you've got that part lined up. So that's always helpful to be able to do that. Okay, we can get this through here. Sorry, it might jiggle my table a little bit. Okay, let's have a look. Boy, I was looking at some old Stampin' Up dies, and it's just like, I just cannot believe the difference. They have just improved them so very much. Now look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Hey, Yvonne. There's Yvonne. Yes, I'm glad you could join us too, Yvonne. All right. So what I'm thinking of doing is somewhere here, my paper. I've lost it. Where is it? Here it is. So I had a piece of the white embossing that I did with the fern, and I thought we would put that on there. So the first thing I'm going to do is glue that, and then I'm going to have to ask you guys to help me here. Yes. All my local people know Rondi because Rondi was out here last spring, and that was so good to be able to have her join us, and we're looking forward to next year. It's so cool to meet all kinds of new friends everywhere. So we got this glued on here. And so first of all, this one, and then I'll show you what else we're going to do with that. But what do you think? Should we do it on top of the white embossing fern on here? Or do you like it? You do. Or you like it with this kind of background? So tell me what you like. The white is a little more white, obviously. This has a little bit more color. And as you're telling me what you think for that, we are going to pop this ginkgo leaf on here. And the splatter, yes, I think so too. Anybody else for the splatter? You like the embossed? Oh dear. Penny likes the embossed. All right, who's going to be the tiebreaker here? Love the splotches. Oh, we got 2 for splotches. Oh my goodness. Isn't it great that we all have different ideas and we like different things? Because if we all like the same thing, wouldn't life be boring, hey? And the nice thing is when you're the creator, when you're making your cards, you get to do what you want. So that's what's beautiful, isn't it? Now, why I put small, I'm not too sure. That was what came out of my pile. It takes a little more time to get all these pieces off, but that's okay. Come here. Oh my goodness. Okay. One more. All right, now we're going to take this and we're going to put this on here like that. And what I also thought would be kind of cool is we have this beautiful Orchid Oasis ribbon. And I was thinking that we could either put it behind like this and tie a bow, or we could just tie a bow. So while I tie a bow, tell me what you think. Should we wrap it kind of around that card on that piece? Whoops, I'm getting fumble fingers. Tell me what you think in the comments. I love building with you guys. Okay. Nobody yet. So it was a little bit of time. Just the bow, Yvonne says. Okay. It's pretty, isn't it? Okay. So, all right, Yvonne, I did a bow. Okay, and what we're going to do is I'm just going to use a glue dot. Glue dot is always the very easiest to be able to adhere a bow. And we're going to just stick that right on there like that. Okay, now let's finish the rest. So we agreed upon that, the splotches, but don't worry, we do have, Penny, we do have the fern embossed here. So we do have some fern embossing. So that's the good thing. We have a little bit of both. All right. So we're going to go all the way around here. Put our lid on. Put this down, and of course we want to be able to center it so that it's got an even border all the way around. Okay. All right. And now we can take this and we could glue it, or we're going to put it up. And I think we're going to put it up. This one is a stepped up card. Let's step it up. So this time I'm going to use my big ones, which I should have used with the big one. Okay. So let's put that there. And you know, I didn't do it tonight, but somebody had a real, and I can't remember the demonstrator's name, but you know, all these little pieces that we always have to peel off. She said, get a little piece, scrap of cardstock, put a little bit of seal on it. And when you take these things off, put them in the seal. Oh, what a great idea. So I've got to start remembering that and putting that to practice, because otherwise you end up with all these little dimensional papers all over the place. You guys found them in weird places? Where have you found them? I found them on my dog Buddy's nose one time after a full day of crafting. And I knew that was a busy day when he had them on his nose. There's Linda. Hello, Linda. There she is. So, Linda, we just did the Step It Up. So this is our simple card, and this is our stepped up version. And I know you love this one. So here's some more ideas, Linda, to go with this one. And yeah, how simple. There really wasn't anything that took a lot of time. It was very fast. But yeah, two different ways to be able to do it, and also step it up, because you can use, of course, the embossing folder as one of your backgrounds too. But that is the beauty when you have a beautiful stamp and dies that you can do so many different things with. So there we have it. So I'm so glad you could join me tonight. And for my people locally here tomorrow night, I'm busy doing another class. We're going to do a luminary card with the autumn leaves, which I'm very excited. I'm not going to show you the whole card for that one. It's kind of exciting. And then this one is one that we are also going to make using the rusted crate. And that is with that beautiful foil paper. So very fun. So kind of a fun thing for Friday night to be able to do with other crafters. So there we go, ladies. I'm so glad you could join me, and I look forward to seeing you next Thursday for live next week. And we'll see you then. So thanks again. Bye-bye for now.